What I'm about to share with you in today's video, I believe, can drastically help improve your running while lowering your heart rate without walking. I've been doing all kinds of experiments over the last year, and this is just one of the secrets that I haven't shared quite yet until today. If you're anything like me and you love to run, you don't want to walk to lower your heart rate. You want to run. So this is one of my tips. This is one of my secrets to how I can run and keep my heart rate stable while I'm running without stopping. So let's dive into today's video, guys. Imagine you're out for a run and all of a sudden your watch starts to beep and that dreaded feeling of, you gotta be kidding me, I just started running, and your heart rate is redlining all of a sudden. It's just not in your Maffetone zone. So what do you do about it? Well, there are a few ways to deal with it. One is you can slow down, right? Slow your cadence down, slow your running down. Did I say slow down? After you've slowed down, you may want to have your arms at your sides and wiggle your fingers. You can also stop running and you can walk. However, stopping and starting is always a frustration that I've always had with the Maffetone method, because there's so many things that can affect your heart rate, from the temperature to caffeine to stress to the lack of sleep to the food that we eat. Heck, just being you can affect your heart rate. As I mentioned in my last video, I'm excited and I'm raring to go to start this new training block. I'm 100% healthy now, to be quite honest. It's a long way back to where I was. However, I know there's certain things that are gonna help me get there. And what I'm gonna talk to you about today with the secret to lowering your heart rate while on the run can really make a big difference. I'm David. If you don't know me, I'm the plant-powered runner. I'm from Canada, and I'm on my journey to run a 100-mile race in about 2 years. I've got a little bit of time ahead of me. And I have been injured on and off on this last year. This is kind of like my comeback. Now, I want to get faster, and I want to build up my aerobic base. And so to do that, I'm going to be training by heart rate. As you all know, if you've been following me for a while, this works. I'm going to deploy this in this training block, and we're going to see where it takes me. If you're like me, and you've been running for a while, you know that your heart rate can really shoot up pretty quick if you're not really paying attention to it. You could start having a conversation with a friend of yours. You could start heavy breathing. You could pick up the pace. And before you know it, your heart rate is just like redlining. And if you're training by heart rate, that's not something that you want to have happen. So how do you lower your heart rate while you're on the run without walking? This is something that I've been using for a little while. It takes a bit of practice, and you may want to try this just by walking at the start. But basically it's nasal breathing. Now you got this autonomic nervous system, and there's two pathways in that system. You have the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. The parasympathetic is your relaxed breathing. It is nasal breathing. It is diaphragm, so to speak, breathing, right? Where you're doing yoga and you're doing these deep breathing and you're breathing from the belly. That is very helpful in lowering your heart rate. Now, if you find yourself breathing like this, it's all in the chest and your heart rate starts to rise. So then you kind of start to freak out, and then you got to stop running and you got to walk for a while. While you're running, you want to count to about 5 or 6, and then exhale, deep breathing through the nose for 5 to 6, and then exhale kind of in half the time out through your mouth. Something like this. Now, if you can manage this while you're out for a walk, you can then try it while you're running. Something like this. We gotta run for a little bit. But it's something like this. As you can see, it may be a little harder while you're running. So again, it's going to be practice. Now this does work. It does take time, but it does work. And it's so worth it, because I want to run, I don't want to walk. And this has just been a tool to allow me to go ahead and train my body to lower my heart rate while I am running. You'll be able to slow the pace down. That will start to lower your heart rate. But again, it only takes it to a certain point before it kind of bottoms out, and it won't go any lower unless you stop running. You don't want to try this when you're going up a hill or running down, or if you haven't reduced your speed, then you may not see any results from this. So what I would suggest is start walking first, try it, and then start running and see how it works for you. It's gonna take a little, you're not gonna get it in one go. You're not gonna get it on one run. It may take a couple of weeks for you to train your body to be able to run like this. Now, the other thing you could always do is just cover your mouth with duct tape. I don't know about you, but that'd be kind of a cool video. Maybe I'll do that. Like the video, comment and let me know if you want me to try that for a video. I thought it would be kind of cool. Hi, doggy. Yes, the dogs are always out saying hello. If this nasal breathing doesn't work for you and you are forced to walk, then that's okay. This video here, click on it and it'll actually show you what happened to me when I tried running and then walking and comparing what my heart rate and what my pace looked like at the end of a 10 kilometer. I think it might help you. Like I always say, everyone, get out and run. See ya next week.